In my own life as a teacher, which I do quite extensively at CalArts, I'm full-time there. Charlie Hayden used to be there. I try to emphasize the aspect of playing this music that has to do with the human fingerprint. So many schools, I think, overemphasize what note to play over what chords, what specific device can you use melodically to improvise. Let's look into studying all these artists and see how they negotiate this set of changes. And it's so specific in terms of like finding the right note or finding the right series of notes, or even training about how to play this specific rhythm. My emphasis is also on and I think Charlie Hayden sort of represented this very well at the school, trying to find that aspect of your playing that sort of connects you with your inner voice. And I think literally it comes from singing, because the voice is the original instrument. There's a genetic aspect to singing in that my voice just sounds the way it sounds. And I think it's the same way with playing. And when you use that as a model when you're playing, if you think, I have to take a breath, what does a singer do? How does a singer shape a phrase? When a singer shapes a phrase and they're improvising or they're scatting, these syllables come to them automatically, and that's a very magical thing. And the rhythms come to them automatically. It's not such a heady practice. It's more an automatic process. So I am really into trying to find a natural way of playing that comes from the inside, that has to do not so much with intellectual processes, but more with things that are sort of innate, that you can tap into. And I think the voice is a great model for that. I would say that being at CalArts has taught me to be open to world music, to experimental classical music, to a number of different kinds of musics that I'd never experienced before. CalArts is a very small music school, and it's very familial in that everybody knows each other. It's very informal. You can approach teachers without a problem. You're not a faceless entity in a class of hundreds. And there's a certain vibe to the school that exists. And I think that central to what CalArts is about is creativity and the individual. So, for example, when we listen to portfolios for students that want to come to CalArts, it's not necessary that they demonstrate that they can have a high skill level, or even that they are well versed in the jazz repertoire, the American songbook. We're more focused on what is unique about this person, and is something emerging, and is it something that they really own, and that aspect of being an individual is more important than anything else at CalArts. And the other aspect of CalArts that is really pervasive all the time, and you only know this by being at the schools, you hear African drumming constantly, because the African program is central to the program. And I feel there's no better way to learn how to play rhythm, or to feel groove, or to understand what it is to be deep in a pocket. I think this learning system, the African system, is the deepest system, because it has nothing to do with the intellect. It has only to do with the sound and feeling. And when it comes down to it, I think those are the most important elements, and the elements that really communicate in music, sound and feeling. So it's interesting because you'll have classical percussionists that'll be in this African ensemble, and they know about placement. They know they've played the most complex music that exists in the 20th century classical repertoire. Yet Alfred Letsekpo, who's a master drummer from Ghana, will listen to these students and he'll say, yeah, you're playing it in the right place, but listen to how I play this cowbell. You know, it's high like this and it's sharp like this. Or he won't even describe it. I'm describing it with words. There's no words because there are no words for describing sound. You cannot couch it in words. It's impossible. So to learn from a master drummer from Ghana and understand the way a rhythm works in a complex polyrhythm, but only from the perspective of how you fit into that polyrhythm and how are you going to make it sound and feel, and are you going to, and when you find the sound and the feel, it's the spirit, it's the stuff that's way beneath the surface. And so being in that kind of environment just changes the vibe of the whole school. Even the classical performance program is influenced by that. There's a different vibe that exists at that place, a very special place. I think that's why Charlie Hayden was there. Hi, I'm Larry Koonse. For more videos, go to jazztimes.com.